Okay, gentlemen, here we go. This is the Week 9 training video, which, if you were at the meeting on Monday night, you would have seen it. Planning on putting this out on Tuesday, although I'm obviously making it before the meeting on Monday night. But we continue to have some issues with positioning and with forward progress. They're very important, especially we're down here to crunch time at the end of the season. So I hope that these plays will be helpful to you. Please spend some time going over them. And I hope you have a great week and great games on Friday night. Here we go. Okay, we've been talking about positioning, and I want you to watch this play. Here is a pass play across the middle. Our tackle around the 20-yard line. All right, let's back this up. We're going to take a look at our positioning. All right, we're good. Wings are where they're supposed to be. We got about 20 to 25 yards deep with our deeps here. So move this play forward, and the line judge holds the line of scrimmage until the ball is thrown, and then he breaks. This is good work right here. We're getting down the field. Our deeps are staying ahead of the play, maybe a little further ahead than we need to be. We've got the linesman breaking down behind the play now. So these guys have got to pick up the stuff that happens behind it. The umpire is properly turning to watch what happens behind the play. This is good. The referee can be following this up. He's even further back. We got players back here. We don't want to get ahead of those guys, but this is good positioning on this play. We're in the right spot, and of course the wings are going to come down and get this spot, and I think we do a great job here. This is what we're looking for. Here it is from the end zone view. Can't really see where our officials are, but let's back this up here. And let's take a look. All right, let's stop it right here and back it up right here. Now, left-handed quarterback, we got the referee on the left side. This is correct. I'm thinking, maybe we're a touch too wide, but we're okay right there. So let's follow the play. Pass is thrown. Referee's got the quarterback. Once the quarterback is clear, he's following the play down the field, looking for junk that may happen behind. I think it's a good job. That's what we want to do. All right, goal line positioning has been a particular problem for us. So here we have a completed pass, and this is it. I want you to notice that the deep judge is right on the pylon. In fact, it looks like toes on the white line, maybe even back a little bit further. We're good to go right here. This is exactly where we want to be. The wing is coming down to get this spot. Remember, the wing has the spot to the 2-yard line. The deep has it from the 2-yard line in. But in this case, with the ball snapped out here around 20-yard line, we want the deeps are on the goal line. This is good work here on this play. Again, see where the deeps are. We got deeps on both sides on the goal line, and right there, that guy gets to the goal line. We're not backing up. We're hanging right there. We can see where the spot is. Wing comes down, gets the spot. This is good work, and you will see this again from the end zone view. This is exactly where we want to be. I want the deep right here off this pylon about 2 yards. I have my wing coming down to get the spot. That's exactly how we want to run this play. Now, we've had some issues once we're inside the 7-yard line. Our deeps and the 6-man crew are going to the end line. This positioning here is good, but here's what I want you to see. Now the ball has been snapped, And our first move as wings should be to the goal line. And looks like I got a shadow right here. This is where my wing is. He is on the goal line, at least 2 yards off. Uh, no closer than heels on this white line right here, on this restraining line. That looks like we've got at this school, we've got an extra line back here. If you can get back and get that distance, I think that distance will help you. All right, now there's the spot, players down, and we work back from the goal line to get the spot. This is good work. This is exactly how we want to get this. All right, so we're going to look at it from the end zone view, and I think you'll see again where is the wing. I mean, you can't even see him. He is that far off. That must be his shadow right there. This is exactly where we want to be on this goal line because we've got to know whether this runner is going to penetrate the goal or not. If he comes up short, you can always back up. That is exactly what we want to see happening right there. It's exactly what's got to go on when that runner's down. Then we can back up to get the play. We got a deep judge that can watch this kind of stuff right there. I don't see any problem there, and so we're going to move to the next play. We're still on the goal line, so let's see where our positioning is. We're trying to get our position on the goal line, so we're coming again at this pylon over here, and again we're short. Again, where's the wing? He's on the goal line. We're inside the 7. We've got to be on the goal line. The only exception would be if we had a line to gain that was somewhere between the 7 and the goal line. We might work there first because that is an important line. But this is exactly where we're supposed to be in this situation. This is great work by this crew. All right, again, we'll see it on the end zone view. Here, runner's going. Where's my wing? He's right here on the goal line, exactly where we want to be. Gentlemen, this is, if the snap is outside the 7, that's where the deeps need to be. If the snap is inside the 7, that's where the wing is going as soon as the ball is snapped. So this is good work. All right, so now we're going to see, I believe this play is going to go to the other side of the field. It is a pass play. Here's my wing right here. Now, I think we probably need to be a little bit deeper right here, but we're right on the pylon, and the play's in here by the hash mark, so we're good right there. This could have been a situation where we stepped up. Yep, that's exactly what happened. We're there on the goal line. Ball is caught. We can see it's clearly across the end zone. Signal is given. So this is the kind of positioning that we want to have on these goal line plays. We'll look at this one from the end zone view as well, and we'll see the positioning. I think we're in pretty good shape on this play. I think this crew's doing an excellent job here getting this covered. You can't see where the wing is, but we got this covered. All right, we're going to continue to talk about positioning here, and I want you to watch this play. We're looking at this receiver and defender, and here's what I want you to see. Our goal line is threatened, but this arrow indicates where my deep judge is. Where my deep judge should be is on this goal line, waiting for this play to get there. So we need to be there. Why do we need to be there? Well, because that's where the play happens. Now we go on past the goal line because the goal line is no longer threatened, and but we should be here Okay, we have had a lot of questions about chop blocks, cut blocks, blocking below the waist, free blocking zone. Gentlemen, I mean, we're going into week 10 this week. It's time we get this stuff right. So what is a question? I want you to watch the left tackle, and you tell me legal or not. There it is. And I'm just going to take this out of here. We're going to back this up. We're watching the left tackle, legal block or not. All right, gentlemen, we get the flag on this, and we back this team up 15 yards. And what I want you to see is this is a legal block. This is a legal block. All right, so this tackle is going to get this defender, and they are head up. We are in a shotgun formation, okay? But these guys are in a 3-point stance. If we're in a 3 or 4-point stance and we go immediately down on a player that's head up, we're good to go. Now, if this guard right here goes down on this guy who's head up, the nose guard who's head up on the center, that would be an illegal block. If this guy, if the guard, left guard, goes down on the guy that's head up on the tackle, that's an illegal block. But you can go low on the guy that's in front of you. If the quarterback is under center, if he's up here under center, then whether these guys are in a 3 or 4-point stance or their hands on knees, they can go low if they do so immediately and they go to block a player who is on the line of scrimmage at the time of the snap. So again, this block is a legal block. This is not a penalty. This is a call that we got incorrect. All right. So I think it's important that we try to get these blocks correct. Okay, guys. This play, we're going to have a pass play over here in the left flat in the end zone. Now, a couple things here. Again, let's talk about positioning. Here's my side judge. Okay, we're behind the pylon. We need to be off the pylon. Okay, so we need to be standing right over here. Look, guys, this is where we want to be, over here, looking this way down the goal line. That's what we want. All right. So we need to be off the field, looking down the goal line until the goal line is not threatened. All right. So we're going to move this play forward now, and so we're going to look over here left. The camera's going to swing in there. We're looking at this play right here. Now, I don't know if something happened here with this defender. It's possible that this defender was holding or in some other way interfering before we get in here. But right here, look, all we have is two guys going up for the ball, and the receiver catches the ball. So I'm thinking, okay, if the receiver caught the ball, we probably don't have pass interference, although you can have pass interference when a receiver catches the ball. But it looks to me like I got hands up in the air trying to go up for a ball, ball's touched, defender tackles, and we've got a flag. All right, I'm not going to argue about the flag as to whether it was DPI because I didn't see the whole play. But what I can see is that we are too close. We are right on top of the sideline. And I just know that based on the positioning here and watching this film and knowing where we are. We need to be backed 2 yards off on the goal line. Now, once that ball is no longer a threat to the end zone, we can move back a little bit to get a better view if we need to. This staying on the goal line for this play is fine because the end line is certainly not going to be threatened. But now what we get is a timeout signal right here. We don't need a timeout signal. We've got a touchdown, and the only signal we need is this one right here. We need a touchdown signal. A touchdown signal stops the clock. So we don't need a timeout signal and a touchdown signal, just a touchdown signal. Now, there are issues about this in terms of how we're going to administer this play. We did not, in this particular case, uh, assess a penalty. Now, on the touchdown, this was a touchdown play. If we did have an offensive penalty, which seems pretty obvious it was not an offensive penalty, but if we did, then if they accept the penalty, the touchdown's wiped off the board and we go back and run another play. That didn't happen. The next play was an extra point. If it's a penalty on the defense, they have the choice to take that on the try or to take it on the kickoff. And as to my knowledge, it wasn't assessed either way. So if we are going to have a penalty on a scoring play, we need to look at Rule 8 and know what we're going to do with that. All right, gentlemen, we're going to talk about positioning again, and I want you to notice this is a long run. We're going to come over to the near sideline, and I want you to notice the position of the field judge. And he is slightly ahead of his side judge, but notice what happens here. Little juke there into the end zone, and we are at the goal line, off the pylon, directly on the goal line, exactly where we are supposed to be. So that is great, great work. Now, I do, while I've got this play up, I do want you to notice something about this crew that we are going to talk about here. You can see these two gentlemen right here, and this is what we have here is proof that this particular crew would not be qualified for the playoffs. And so, well, how do you know that? Well, here's a night where we're working a football game. It's 65 degrees, and this crew is wearing long sleeve shirts. So obviously, they are not going to be able to handle any cold weather at all. And so I'm just simply going to rest my case there on that one. But I do want to give them credit for doing a great job of being right on top of this play and being. All right, here we have a somewhat unusual type situation. I want you to notice the formation here of this team. I believe this is Johnson Gainesville, but they're sort of a single wing type offense. Right now, we've got 5 linemen in the backfield. There's no way that these guys are on the line of scrimmage. However, what they're going to do is a snap down, and they will be on the line of scrimmage once they snap down. The problem is, as you will notice, they're not set for a second. There's no way that we got everybody set for a second. Now, this team has been. I think this play is in the second quarter, and I believe that they've been doing this the entire game. Now, there's a couple times where they do get set, but again, you'll notice these linemen are in the backfield. Now we're going to get a snap down, boom. As soon as they hit the ground, then we're snapping the ball. And so I don't see that they're gaining any advantage out of it. And here's what I want to say about this. We need to call this early in the game. And I think if you hit them a couple of times, you tell the quarterback, look, you got to get everybody set for 1 second. Your linemen aren't set for 1 second. They'll stop this. They think they're getting an advantage out of it. And they're really pushing it. They're going to argue that they are set for 1 second, but I really don't think that that we can argue that they're set for 1 second. Now, again, if they don't go down, they're going to be in the backfield. That would be an illegal formation. So in this case, they set. Now we got a man in motion. So this time we are clearly they were set that time, so no problem. Now we got our side judge getting beat to the goal line, but that's a pretty quick player. We stop, we give the signal there. That's fine. So I know this kind of deal is unusual. We'll go back and look at it one more time. This is a full speed. So you'll see the quarterback goes down, boom, they're down. There's just no way. They're not set. And we need to flag that for a false start. Technically, you could call this an illegal shift, I suppose, but I really think it's better that we kill it. We call it a false start. We back them up 5 yards. And we tell the quarterback, get your lineman set. So this is something that we need to watch for. I know it's unusual. We don't see this a lot. We stop the snap downs. They used to do that all the time in an attempt to get the defense to jump on kicks. And you remember we went through several years of consternation trying to get that straightened out. But I think it's the same kind of thing here. Someone might argue, well, if it doesn't cause the defense to jump, no, it's a false start, meets the definition of a false start, and I think we need to kill this. Again, though, I want to say, if you don't call it in the first quarter when they're doing it, and they're doing it the whole game long, you can't come along in the third or fourth quarter and call it. You got to hit this early, get it taken care of, and get it knocked off. All right, now I want to look at this play one more time. This is where the lineman actually gets set, and the lineman stays set. But this was an excellent call by the head linesman, because notice that as the linemen are going down, as these guys are going down, this slot back is going in motion. This is an illegal shift. That is not a false start. That's an illegal shift. These guys are set. They stay set. Now here's the deal. If this guy moves on over to the other side of the field and he decides to set and stays set for 1 second, we're okay. But he's not going to do that. He keeps moving, an illegal shift. And right here, you guys see our head linesman will get this call. So I just want to say that is we call back a long touchdown, but that is an illegal shift. That is an illegal play. And so that was good work by this crew. Okay, gentlemen, this is a play that we have just got to get. And again, I think the miscalled comes from failure to be in the right position. And I noticed the player marked in the middle of the field there. We're gonna back this back up. One thing we need to know, here's our line of scrimmage right here, and looks like most of our offensive linemen are in good shape, and we're rolling out here. The ball's caught behind the line of scrimmage anyway, so that's not a problem. But let's watch what happens with this guy right there. Boom. That is a block, a blindside block. And gentlemen, we have got to get that. We have got to get the blindside blocks. And so let's talk about maybe why we might have failed to get this block. And for one thing, umpire needs to be moving a little bit closer to this play. We're right here. We probably ought to be more over toward this hash mark. There's nothing going on over here. You got nothing but offensive team players that are standing around watching the play at this point. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen over here. And I think that the issue here, that's just my guess, I can't tell you, but from the direction that the umpire's head is going, I think we're ball watching. And this is something that's easy to do. All of us are guilty of it at times, of getting our eye off of what we need to be looking for. We got a wing coming up that should be coming up down this sideline right here to get this spot. But this is an egregious penalty. It's certainly a block in the back, but I think this is a blindside block. There's force. Guy goes all the way to the ground. Somebody's got to get that, and I really think that the umpire that should get it in this situation. So this is a punt play, and we've had some issues on punts, but again, what we're talking about here is positioning. So the ball is punted, it's in the air, and I think our initial position deep is okay. I believe the receiver probably started about 15, and we're on the 10-yard line. But what's our rule? 5 and 9. We want to be 5 yards back and 9 yards out. So on this punt, our field judge should be in here about the numbers. This is one time we're coming off the sideline, we're getting on the field, because the field judge has primary responsibility for this receiver. Now, the ball hits short, and now the ball is touched. And we got nothing. We're going to have a muffed punt right here. There's no beanbag there. We have nothing at this point but a muffed punt. But our field judge is frozen. He's standing still. Okay. You know what? I got a goal line back here. As soon as this ball hit the ground and kind of started going right there. This is where we needed to start backing up because now we're even. And we got a goal line back here. There's no reason to think that this ball can't make it to the goal line. If this guy doesn't recover it, it may very well get there. Now, once he touches the ball, now it's on the ground. If one of these kicking team members recover it, it would be their ball. So this guy's got to get on the ball. We're still standing still. We haven't moved yet. And there he is. Now he's down, knee down, ball's in his hands. I'm not calling a late hit on that. That's too close. But why are we here and not really at this point? We should have been back at the goal line and then worked forward because when we got this ball rolling around on the ground, we got the danger of it going in the end zone. So we're way too late getting back to get this spot, and we're just kind of nonchalantly moving. And gentlemen, we've got to show a little hustle on these kinds of plays. So we're going to have another situation here. This is for referees. So let me back this up a little bit. I believe we have we're going to wind the clock on the snap. So ball snapped, and I had a referee back here winding the clock. We do not wind the clock on the snap. So referees, what I want you to do, if you've got a situation, for one, you've got radio contact now. And a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm just punching the radio and saying on the snap. The other thing I do, we're not giving ready for play signals unless we have a 25-second clock. If it's a 25-second clock, then when I give the ready for play signal, I'm going to point at the football. That's telling my clock operator started on the snap. Or I am going to say over the radio on the snap. You can also use the snap finger signal. I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with our winding the clock. Every clock operator should know that if the ball did not start on the ready, if the referee has not wound the clock prior to the snap, that clock is going to wind when the ball is snapped. So we don't need that signal. All right, moving on to the next play here. This is going to be some good work right here. We've got a play close to the goal line. We talked earlier. We had a play earlier where we were on the goal line and we did not crash in. Here's the case where we do. Great job by the line judge on this play. You'll see him coming into the screen on the right. There he is, right there. He's killing it. This is good work. Instead, that was fourth down. The ball turns over to the other team. I like this. Great hustle. This is where what we want to do. We're going to come in. We're selling the call. That is a good job. All right. So we have a mess right here. Okay. I'm not sure what we got going on right here. So let's back this up. This play is snapped at the 10. And so from the 7-yard line in, our deeps are going back to the end line. So this is the correct positioning to start, except for the fact, look, side judge, field judge, we're not standing on top of the pylon, and we're behind it. We're not on the goal line. We need to be back over here where this goal line marker is, not standing on top of the pylon. We need to be 2 yards off. Or we mentioned that earlier when we were looking at some plays from Oconee County where that crew was where they were supposed to be. I need you over here. And your primary responsibility here is going to be the goal line, which is going to come into effect on this play. All right. Now, the ball hasn't been snapped yet, or it's just in the process of being snapped, I suppose. And I've already got my head linesman. Looks like he's already moving forward. Not necessary when you have that wing or that deep that's already on the goal line. So here's the ball, and we're okay following it right here. But who's got the spot from the 2-yard line to the goal line? The deep does. Okay. So now I've got two officials giving a touchdown signal. Where did we come up with that? Look, here's the problem. What if the line judge decides he's down at the half-yard line and the deep decides he's in the end zone? We got one guy calling him down. We'll have one guy giving a touchdown signal. This is the deep's call right here. So wings, stay out of there. You don't even need to be in there. If the spot's anywhere from the 2-yard line in, the deep has got it when the ball's snapped outside the 7-yard line. All right. We are going to have a pass play over into the far corner of the end zone. So let's see what we can find right about our field judge's position here. First of all, um, I don't think I don't think we have any kind of interference either way. We got a little bit of jockeying by both players, but they're both appear to me to be going for the ball. And I do think that we have a catch on this play. Now the reality is, where do we want to be? We want to be goal line extended until the goal line is no longer threatened. Well, this ball clearly is thrown into the end zone, so the goal line is not threatened. So I'm okay with this position. This is wide. I'm okay with that. So that's good. Now we got a catch, and boy, we are. Let's. I want you to watch this touchdown signal full speed. Boy, that's a little drama there, and we want to sell a call. That's true, but here's the problem that I've got with this. While I agree with the call, um, we have to make sure that it's a catch. All right. So it looks like it's going to be a catch, but now right here, what we need to be looking at, we're getting ready to do kind of a jump step touchdown signal, but I don't, I can't see where that ball is right now, but my field judge can. You need to be looking at that ball, and you need to be looking here all the way until it's completed. Now he's up, ball in his hand. That's when you want to give the touchdown signal. But you want to be, you got to be watching this all the way. We're looking away now, going up with a touchdown signal, and looking away from what's going on back here. We got to stay with that all the way. And we got the call right. That's good. I'll take it anytime we can get the call right. Okay, this is a real simple play. Notice this twitch by the center in there. That's an illegal snap. We did a good job. We got it on this play. Sorry, pal, can't do that. There's a little hitch, and then we get the snap. And so we got that call. We kill it. That is a dead ball foul, and that's a good job. All right, one last play that we're going to look at here. Last week we really kind of hammered, the possession thing. We got to make sure that we know whether the ball is out and it's loose, can be recovered by the defense, or whether a runner was down. So we're going to watch the quarterback. They're rushing the quarterback here, and again, I think on this particular play, we got it right. That's kind of a full speed look. We got a beanbag there. That's great. This is a fumble, and so quarterback is definitely not throwing the ball. He gets stripped. His knees are not on the ground. You can see he's swatting at the ball, but he does not have possession of the ball. It's out right there. He's lost it. It's gone. His knee's not down, and this is a good call. Good call. Now we kind of lose the camera. The camera's not working with us here, not helping us out. He kind of jerks it over. It looks like we had another fumble over here by the defense. So we got a scramble going on for the ball. And again, this is a good job of the crew getting in there, trying to figure out who's got the ball, and to make a decision here about who's got it. What I would like to see is a good point, and there it is right there. We are indicating who's got that football. So that's a good job. Okay, that's it for week 9 training. I know that was a long video. Appreciate you hanging in there with it. And I hope you have a great week. Good games on Friday night. Have a good pregame, and look forward to hearing good things and seeing some good video come Saturday from our work on Friday night. God bless everybody.